All right, ladies and gentlemen, Fabs in the house, and welcome back to the channel. Today in the house with something truly unique for sure. This is the CMF Mistress in a pretty solidly dressed configuration right over here. So first of all, I need to say a huge shout out to my buddy Guillaume for sending this grail right over here in the house. So thanks, buddy. You always are sending me some of the nicest Sharpie things on the market, and this is no exception. This is a very unique one. CMF Mistress, of course, it's a full custom knife, handmade by Ian Pikarsky and in US, and this is something very, very expensive. The price of this guy is gonna be around $4,000, and that's not just nothing to sneeze at. This is something truly intense. Look at that. That's some serious piece of a knife. And let's check it out. So 3" for the blade and a little bit over 4 for the handle. So not like a huge blade. For example, here you get to see like up against this is a haptic. So pretty much a little bit smaller than the haptic, definitely smaller than a Spectre. And here you can see, where it stands. Let's check like a Neon from Shirogorov. You can see that we are again smaller than that. I want to show you like a full-size Shiro, just to show you like how small this Mistress is gonna be, and just like to show you another beast of a knife, which is dressed accordingly to be on this table with this fella. And also I can show you this. So just a little bit of fanciness going on right over here to show you that this fella is actually I got another fancy one here that I can show you right over there. Look at that. I think that's the Mini Crusade, so you get to see a nice picture also for that. So this is pretty much in the same ballpark, but that's gonna be another video. Anyways, we are here with this piece right over there to attest the quality of this maker, which is very interesting. I mean, so first of all, the design of this thing is just gorgeous. The lines are spot on. The fluted, like sweeping lines, very thin in the handle, widens up at the end, and that just creates, let's see, like very nice and comfy handle like that. It's very good. So even like with a recessed grip, something like that, this thumb rest area is very good. A little bit short for my hand, but I have big hands, but still this area is my favorite because the line on the scale, they just follow the thumb ramp right over here, gimpless on the blade. So I really like it a lot, this part. So very, very cool. You have a Zirco tie or black tie scale going on. So this is like you see, layered, kind of like Damascus, but with zirconium and titanium. It's like a Moku tie on steroid with some zirc sprinkled in, like the black stuff. Anodized to pop, to have these colors like pop out. Matching clip and spacer. The lock, the lock side is just titanium. So that's why I'm saying this is like a 3/4 of a dress to just bug my buddy. It's not a full dress, right? But this is pretty dressy for sure. So here we have these scales. I was saying these are contoured nicely, chamfered. You get to see that there's no internal skeletonization going on the inside. That's going to reflect a little bit on the weight. Large finger groove, just one to allocate your fingers. When this thing is closed, the lines are super sinuous, like nice. Really cool, minimal looking, very, very well executed, I have to say. There is not going to be any disassemble video for this fella because I'm not gonna take it apart. I'm sure it's pretty straightforward. You got 2 screws for the handle, 1 for the pivot, and you're pretty much done. You just have to be paying attention to this beautifully executed. Again, floating back spacer. It has a set of 6 spacers that you have to just put between the back spacer itself and the scales to put this guy back together. Nothing too crazy. You can do it. And then you get, of course, a This is a titanium frame lock, no stainless steel lock face insert going on over here. There, I believe this is just like a carbidized surface right there. Maybe you're able to see right there where the detent ball is. No lock stick whatsoever, but there is a little bit of sound when you disengage the lock bar. Nothing too crazy. It's not lock stick. It's just like a little bit rough surface probably, but that's gonna be maybe to ensure a more stable lockup. I don't know, but that's just because I like to hear the sound of the knife, so that's of the knife, and that's why I noticed that sound a little bit there. Nothing crazy, of course, but no stainless steel lock face insert and no over travel lock bar stabilizer. You're gonna get the clip actually to act a little bit as a lock bar over travel stabilizer, because it's just in the path of the overextension of the lock bar. But this not being an integral, not a huge deal. You can just take it apart, just bend it back if you happen to overextend it that way, but don't do it. Then you get this tip-up carry-only non-reversible pocket clip, which is just gorgeous, guys. I was worried that the entrance ramp would be a little bit too low. Actually works pretty much perfectly, and it's stiff, but it just keeps the knife glued to the pocket. Nice job. I like it. But it's not reversible, of course. You can't just mount it on this side. Why you want to ruin this side with like 3 holes? Don't. Just, yeah, leave it there, or ask for a lefty version if you're a lefty. So this is a very cool knife. I was saying the lines are very nice. Look at this, sinuous, unique. You cannot mistake this fella for anyone else. And if you check the blade of the Mistress, you get to see a very interesting grind. So you get nice thumb ramp. There's no jimping going on. It's a little bit slippery, but it's nice. I like this area over here. And then, of course, it develops into a swedge. This swedge, to me, feels like it's hollow grind. And it probably is. It's gorgeous. Swedge ending at the tip. You get a tanto blade, like pretty much. I mean, it's a very gentle belly, but here you have a straight edge up to the sharpening choil. Not properly like a finger choil. You're gonna cut yourself if you try to use it as a finger choil. And here, guys, you get a flipper tab. What? Yeah, that's a flipper tab with some jimping, and it's probably the smallest flipper tab on the industry. This is rivaling the Shirogorov Sigma and the Shirogorov Pero, both Sienkiewicz designs in the for the smallest flipper tab ever. Of course, this is not gonna work with a push button. There's no way. So you're gonna have to do a slide switch operated mechanism, like just by doing this. But it's likely for you to fail because you don't have much stuff to grip onto. I mean, this jimped, but you have to just hit, like, and this deploy. You're gonna be likely using the thumb studs, more likely for the thumb flick, the spidey flick. You can even maybe do like a maybe index flick too as well. Yeah, so fidgety, but I was saying the blade as a nice shape because the hollow grind is very cool. No finger choil, flipper tab not chamfered, very minimal. You have, of course, a Damas steel blade. There's no billboarding going on, nothing is written, and I love. And you get to see a couple of Zirco standoffs, which are right at the end of the cutting path, so probably they're gonna snag something as you cut. But these thumb studs, because they are so, you see, they are protruding from the handle. So when you are about to put this guy in the pocket, which is here, the thumb stud is gonna snag 100% of your pocket. So you have to just be mindful of just putting it back and then go past the stud and then just slide this into your pocket. So I hope it makes sense. But this is just to say that these studs are very comfy, very reliable when you deploy the knife, of course, but that comes to a price that you might be risking to snag it into your pants. Also, from the sound department, this knife sounds good when you open it. It's nothing beautiful, but it's good. It's a nice sound. What I really don't like about the sound of this knife, as I told you, is this. don't know if you can hear it, but it's a little bit gritty here. And this. So this happens because the detent ball track has been etched and not protected with some enamel, so, or nail polish, you know. So you get to see to hear the ball bearing just rubbing up against the layers of the Damasteel. Okay, so this happens, for example, to the best, of course, or even here. You get a little bit less, but you kind of feel the rubbing of the blade on the layers of the Damasteel in this case. And that's something that I wanted to point out. Also, you have, let's check the weight actually on this fella. It's not that heavy. Let's see, it's going to be 3.61 ounces, so not too shabby. In the hand, there's really no hot spots going on. It feels pretty good. It's just small. For me, it's just like I have big hands, so this thing is just small. It feels good in the hand. But here, you kind of like, you see, you're like here. So for me, just like my pinky doesn't know where to go. It's just a bit tiny for me, but it's a cool carry for sure, like very, very EDCable, 100%. But feels good. There's nothing sharp like that needs to be pointed out. It's just small for me. Probably, maybe like actually reverse grip can work. You see a little bit there, but nothing great, because I mean it's a little bit slender here just for my, look at this, hands. So the handle also appears to be a little bit slippery. Of course, there's no texturing. It's smooth as a surface, but because of the shape, you know, thin and widening up, it just it kind of feels locked into your hand, because the widening here, it just, you know, it's gonna be there. So it feels pretty good. Of course, this guy is running on bearings, and as you see, the action, of course, is just like pretty good. Like it just fires quick, disengage the lock bar, and you see the blade just dangling free. You hold it in the vertical position. You just need a little, and I mean a little, wiggle to get the blade closed. So it's very good. It's not there's no self-closing blade under your hands, but it's just needing that, and that is good. It's no, you know, yeah, it's pleasant, trust me. It's there's no lock stick, so no finger soreness. The real estate to access the lock bar, it's you see, it's sufficient. It's symmetrical. It's not sticking out, but it's milled out. So you just angle your thumb. It's in. You disengage and you close. So no big deal. The detent is kind of like on the light side. So if I'm trying to, now it's awkward, but I can't really open it under the camera right now, but trust me, if like that, yeah, maybe it opens. So it's not that always opens, but sometimes it opens. So it's something to consider. Nothing too crazy. It's just a little bit on the light side, but overall it just fits well with this action. I mean, it's very good. These thumb studs are doing a great job. I just wish the sound wasn't there, and a little bit more attention maybe to the lock bar contacting the tang of the blade. There is also another nitpick that I have, because the backspacer, which is also like nicely done and chamfered, as you can see, reaches there, but leaves the tip exposed, so I can easily snag the tip of the blade and just open the knife like from here. I'm not touching anything, just go here and I can snag the tip and just open. So that means I can touch the tip. So that means it's not 100% safe. So that is my last gripe with this one. But this Zirco tie scale is one of the best Zirco tie scales that I've ever seen. I mean, I also love like this kind of Zirco tie going on, but that's like something different. Really, really cool indeed. Gorgeous look, 100%. A little bit tiny for me. Super expensive, pretty cool action, especially with the thumb stud fidgeting deployment method. You are gonna be happy and you're gonna be flicking this fella like crazy. So there you have it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And stay tuned.